now come to the highlight of today's program. Ladies and gentlemen, once in our lifetimes, a leader with extraordinary passion and zeal for public service emerges. Such is our mayor of the city of Ilagan. A leader who continues to break boundaries and blaze uncharted trails in steering the wheel of the city of Ilagan in an unprecedented and unparalleled fashion. I dare say that he remains to be the gold standard in leadership and governance. Ladies and gentlemen, to deliver his 2024 State of the City Address, the great mayor of the great city of Ilagan, the Honorable Jose Marie L. Diaz.
Please be seated. Thank you, Dr. Simon, for that very kind and flattering introductions. Generous introduction, really. Well, nakakakaba pala pag ganitong kalaki na ang audience. Sanay lang ako sa community center po natin na dati dyan sa sentro. My heart is filled with joy to see you all this morning and to share with you this very special moment. I would like to thank you all for coming today, lalo na po sa ating mga regional directors na narito po ngayon. Hindi ko po akalain that as part of your very hectic schedule, you tried to share your most precious time in this very momentous event. May I acknowledge the presence of Director Maria Sofa Narag of DTI NCR, RD Troy Alexander Miano, the Regional Director of DOT, Regional Director Dionisio Leandres Pineda, RD Rosemary Aquino, Regional Director of DA, RD Jesus Elpidio B. Atal Jr. of Dole, RD Benjamin Paragas of DepEd, ARD Florante Vergara of DepEd, Brigadier General Police Antonio Maralag of PNP, Regional Guillermo Bayucan of PSA, sir. Attorney Jojo Del Rosario of ARTA, sir. Director Lucy Alan of the SWD, Director Victor Jun Ronquilla of NBI, Engineer Deoferio Vehemente, our District Engineer, DPWH. Siyempre, hindi natin pwedeng kalimutan ang isang USEC Undersecretary po ng DOH, Pride of Ilagan, Dr. Glenn Manchubagao. Kasama rin po natin ang isang pinagmamalaki natin sa siyudad ng Ilagan, USEC Junel Soriano of the Bureau of Agricultural Research. Sa ating mga iba't ibang provincial and district leadership, marami pong salamat sa inyong walang sawang tulong at suporta sa aming syudad sa mga programa at serbisyo na inyong dinala para sa mga Ilagenyo. At gusto kong i-acknowledge ang isa sa pinaka-leader po natin sa probinsya ng Isabela, Honorable Governor Rodito T. Albano, Honorable Antonio Tony Pet Albano, ang isa sa walang sawang tumutulong in all avenues of services from womb to tomb. Isang congressman na kaibigan po natin dito na laging tumutulong sa siyudad ng Ilagan, LPGMA, Congressman Alan T. Muli, in behalf of the official dam, hindi ko man mabanggit na magpasalamat in the course or in the midst of my delivery later. Ngayon pa lang po, nagpapasalamat ako sa inyo. You are very much a part of our journey leading to the development of the city. Of course, our most Reverend Father Zug Angobong, our parish priest. Patpatgek kan dungdungwek, nakalugaran ito Syudad Tilagan, honorable members of the Honorable Council, headed by the Honorable Vice Mayor Kit Bello, mga department heads po namin na napakasipag, walang sawa sa pagsuporta sa administrasyon, may LGU family, mga 91 barangay captains na narito po ngayon, headed by the Honorable Gaylor Malunay. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagsuporta sa lahat ng atikain ng ating administrasyon at sa inyong walang kapagurang pagbibigay ng serbisyo publiko, even making the impossible possible. To my family moods and my children, my grandkids, siyempre Taylor and Jamie, na laging nagpapasaya sa akin kung ako'y napapagod na at nahirapan na. And to my mamang Tusing, thank you for always being by my side, for understanding this calling, and for joining me in serving our people. Mahal na mahal ko po kayong lahat. To our visitors, our investors, ang dami ko pang nakitang mga international investors po natin, like Mr. Sakul of the Charoen Pok Fund and Mr. Golf, fresh from Thailand. Marami po. Andiyan si Engineer Cruz ng North na Star Mall po natin. Napakarami po. Hindi ko na kayo babanggitin at binanggit naman ni Chris kanina, ang ating Master of Ceremonies kanina. To all civil society organizations and heads of various sectors, the Association ng Mga Ama, Ilagan Association of Women, Ilagan Ministers Association, student organizations, interfraternity organizations, mga halkong Ilagan, ad astra per aspera, at gloriam et victoriam per unitatem. To the stars, through difficulties, through glory, and victory through unity. Today, we celebrate not just an achievement but a remarkable transformation that has reshaped our beloved city of Ilagan from humble beginnings. We have journeyed through trials and tribulations, and I stand before you with pride as we acknowledge how far we have come from the lowest of lows up to this point. I have been waiting for this moment for almost 14 years. Pasensya na po kayo. I am really swept with mixed emotions as I stand before you this morning to render our report on the current state of our cities. By the way, may I also acknowledge the presence of our judges na narito po ngayon. Kompleto po sila, mga RTC. Si Judge Castillo, nakita po ang ating city judge. Bumabalik sa aking alaala ang kauna-unahang beses na humarap ako sa inyo upang iulat ang estado ng ating munisipalidad taong 2007 sa ating community center sa sentro. Kung maalala nyo, para tayong sardinas na nagsisiksikan noon sa natitirang space sa bandang gitna ng community center. Dahil ito ang nagsilbi rin nating opisina noong nasunog ang ating munisipyo. At walang ibang lugar kung saan tayo pwedeng magtipon. Ang ating munisipyo noon, di ba, nasa community center, bawat departamento, nilagyan lang natin ng plywood, division. At walang ibang lugar kung saan tayo pwedeng magtipon-tipon. It was such a helpless state. Napunta naman po tayo noon dun sa Old Capitol, pero pinalayos tayo. I still vividly recall the rage I felt when the records were handed over to me on my first day in office as mayor. In hindsight, we knew that we were an underperforming LGU back then, operating with limited resources, over mounting obligations. But I was surprised by the gravity of the situation. Splashed before our eyes is the biggest challenges we had to face. A challenge that could make or break us, but couldn't escape. Dahil kapos po tayo sa pondo, hindi po natin maibibigay ng wasto at tama ang kaukulang serbisyo para sa bayan. Nagkakasya na lamang tayo sa kung ano meron because our local income then was only 25 million. and our internal revenue allotment was only 181 million. Tayo ang pinakamalaking local government unit po dito sa Cagayan Valley with 1,116 square kilometers, 91 barangays. We used to be a struggling municipality. We were struggling to pay our employees and creditors and grappling funds for our projects and social services. Walang gustong magtiwala, walang gustong mag-supply para sa LGU. It was indeed an insuperable challenge even for the strongest leaders. We lag behind in terms of our economy, in terms of services, and in terms of accomplishments. Families struggle to make end meets, and the dreams we held for a prosperous future seem distant. The devastating state of our municipal government back then did not happen overnight. It was the result of a long time of complacent behavior where no one bothered to correct what was wrong because it benefited them. We were cheated of a chance for a better life and a better future. With a burning rage, I vowed that Ilagan and its people would never be pushed around or looked down upon again. When I took up my oath office, my first term po, I made a vow that we shall persistently lead Ilagan and bring back that glory that once belonged to Ilagan. Because we used to be the capital not only of the province of Isabela, but Cagayan Valley nung panahon pa po ng mga Kastila. And we are the kabisera of the province of Isabela. The sleeping giant within has awakened, determined that we will never cower from any challenge or adversary. I made a vow that we will not stop until we reclaim the glory of Ilagan, the glory that once belonged to us. We will persistently chase the Ilagan of our dreams. Sa pangakong ito, hindi ko po kayo binigo at hindi bibiguin kailanman. We hold on to hope amidst these challenges, and something profound began to emerge between us, a shared commitment among our people to collectively rise above adversity. Together, we envisioned a brighter future. We began to dream big for Ilagan. We began to look forward to a better future. We took courage holding on to the words of Henry Ford, that when everything seems to be going against you, remember that the plane takes off against the wind, not with it. The tide may seem too strong against us, but sail we must, fly we must, for at the end of these rough seas and the strong winds, a brighter horizon is waiting for each of us. And now, standing before you in this grand capital arena, I am overwhelmed and overjoyed that finally we made it. We reclaimed our rightful seat as the capital of the province of Isabela. With this, I urge you, my beloved Ilagueños, not to force that the lessons we have learned. We must remain vigilant in ensuring that we would not be repeating the same mistake of letting people with hidden agenda and personal interest stir up trouble and destroy what we have achieved. Maging mapanuri po tayo sa balakid na maaring sumira sa pundasyon na pinaghirapan nating itayo upang sa ganoon patuloy na maituon na lamang po natin ang ating atensyon sa pagsulong ng ating nagkakaisang adhikain. A livable city of Ilagan where every Ilagueño is given an equal opportunity to a decent living. Sa ating pagkakaisa, nabago natin ang sistema kung saan ang politika ay pinalitan natin ng serbisyo publiko. Ito ay nagbigay daan sa kaunlaran ng ating syudad, maging sa antas ng pamumuhay nating mga Ilagueño. Mula sa pagiging isa sa tatlong pinakamahirap na syudad sa bansa with an asset of only 825 million noong 2014 nung nag-assess po ang Commission on Audit. Tayo ngayon ay top 49 wealthiest city out of 147 cities sa buong bansa. With an asset of 7 billion na ngayon po ay 9 billion na. At hinihintay lamang natin ang opisyal na namang paglabas ng bagong ranking. I know that I always mention and brag about this, and with much pride, if I may add, dahil sa totoo lang po, maging ako ay namamangha sa nakaya nating maabot ang estadong ito sa loob lamang ng 12 taon. Our journey leading to our development, hindi naging madali ang ating pagtahak sa landas tungo sa kaunlaran. Bawat hakbang ay hamon na sumubok sa ating determinasyon at pagkakaisa bilang isang komunidad. Hinarap natin hindi lamang ang mga pagsubok sa ekonomiya, kundi ba din na rin sa pasakit na kasama sa ating pagsusumikap para sa mas magandang kinabukasan. The desire, the will, and the ability to improve our services has always been there. It has always been with us. All we needed was someone courageous and willing to step up and change the advertent inefficiencies in our local government. Pangunahin na rito ang ating fiscal policies and management. Mula sa 25 million local income ng taong 2005, we now have 455 million in local revenues in 2023. Tayo po ang may pinakamalaking local revenue growth post-pandemic from 2021 to 2023 at 65%. Ito ay dahil sinikap nating buhayin ang ating ekonomiya at ipagpatuloy ang ating proyekto bilang bahagi ng ating pandemic response. We did not only cushion the economic impact of the pandemic but defied it. Nagawa nating mapataas ang ating local income habang bumabagsak naman or habang bumababa, with no offense ang ibang LGUs. The increase in our local revenue is not just a statistical achievement, but a reflection of our effective revenue generation, economic enterprising, and investment promotion programs. Mula naman sa internal revenue allotment na dating 181 million in 2005, na paano mo naman masusustain ang 91 barangays with 180,000 Ilagueños. Ngayon po, nakakatanggap na tayo ng 2.4 billion national tax allocation every year. This is because you supported and you trusted this administration in our bid for cityhood in 2012. Nag-shortcut po tayo. At kung meron man po akong isang bagay na kayang ipangako sa inyo, ito ay ang pangako na kailanman ay pangangalagaan natin ang inyong tiwala. Public trust is a paramount in governance, and fiscal transparency creates an environment conducive to civic engagement. Our profound adherence to good financial management and transparency in governance have reached a significant milestone kung saan tayo po ay ginawaran ng Commission on Audit nitong lang nakaraang audit period ng unmodified or unqualified audit opinion. Ibig lamang pong sabihin, wala pong adverse comments or disallowances na ginawang pagsusuri ng ating Commission on Audit. The importance of this achievement extends beyond mere recognition. It exemplifies our city government's credibility. We exercise prudence in our disbursements of funds, making sure that taxpayers' money returns to them with gains in the form of projects and services. As such, sa batas sinasabi po nila, in our share, in the internal revenue allotment, kailangan mandatory na at least meron kang 20% na ilalaan para sa iyong annual investment plan o kaya yung economic development fund. Para dito sa siyudad ng Ilagan, naglaan po tayo ng 28% para sa ating economic development fund. As such, we allocated 28% for our economic development projects for 501.4 million instead of just the 20% minimum mandatory to establish more beneficial, meaningful, and sustainable development projects. Dahil sa ganitong fiscal policies natin, ipinagmamalaki ko pong sabihin sa inyo na tayo po ay ginawaran ng pagkilala ng Bureau of Local Government Finance ng Department of Finance sa pangunguna ni former Senator Ralph Recto bilang top 3 LGU in 2002 and top 5 LGU in 2023 nationwide sa larangan ng total current expenditures per capita. Ang matindi pa po dito, tayo lamang po ang LGU outside Metro Manila na nakapasok sa top 5, sa top 10, puro Metro Manila po. Hindi rin po tayo bara-bara sa paggastos sa kaban ng bayan. Sinisigurado natin na ang mga proyekto ng ating pinopondohan kay kabilang sa Local Development and Investment Plan and Comprehensive Development Plan for Structured Growth. And to ensure the consistency and synchronization of our long-term development programs, we once again re-engage the services of Architect Felino Palafox in crafting the continuing phase of our development agenda that will provide us with a roadmap leading to our vision of becoming a livable city by 2030 following 4 key development master plans. We prepared the 10 years roadmap to the future para kahit na in cases of changes of leadership, meron tayong susundan na tinatawag natin na blueprint of development. The City Civic Center Master Plan is number 1 for the Metro Poblacion area na magiging sentro ng government services, community events, at cultural services. Dito rin po natin itatalaga ang ating ICT Park. At andito na nga po ang civic centers po natin kung saan tatayuan ng iba't ibang commitment po ng iba't ibang national line agencies na nasa na sa provincial level po. The Agricultural Innovation Hub Master Plan sa eastern portion ng ating syudad, kung saan nakatayo ngayon ang ating I-Corn Complex, Corn and Dairy Innovation Center, and the future sites of cold storage facility, AAA abattoir, public market, kasalukuyan po ang public market, and other agro-industrial facilities. Kasalukuyan rin po ang I-Corn, tapos na po ang Corn and Dairy Innovation Center. Thank you, Director Soriano, sa assistance. Joint collaboration po to. Nagbigay si Director Soriano ng 10 million. Dinagdagan ng city government ng 10 million. Nag-purchase ang city government ng lote. Ayan po, tapos na. The Social Services Center Master Plan ang next na magiging sentro naman ng essential services tulad ng healthcare, education, social service, the residential complex sa western portion ng ating syudad. Andito na nga ngayon ang City of Ilagan Medical Center, Medical Arts Building, at City of Ilagan College na ongoing. Dito rin natin itatayo ang ating pangalawang Senior Citizen Center and Geriatric Center at City Housing Center. Ito rin ang magsisilbing industrial center dahil andito ang solar power plant project at ang feed mill project na 1.8 billion ng Charaonpok Fund and Kasep Hand, Thailand, ng Thailand po. Palakpakan po natin si Mr. Sakol. Lastly, the San Antonio Development Master Plan is geared towards sustainable rural development in San Antonio area, promoting residential, commercial, and agro-industrial growth while preserving our natural resources. These master plans shall serve as our guiding principles for sustainable and inclusive development, ensuring the city remains livable, resilient, and connected. It shall guide us and our prospective investors in identifying areas for their selective investment projects, incorporating new strategies based on international development trends and principles to keep us abreast with the fast-changing economic dynamism. At present, the City of Ilagan is dubbed as the fastest-growing economy and the emerging growth center of Region 2, attributed to its remarkable development over the years. Massive infrastructure development is the catalyst that prompted our progress. We have been enjoying the benefits of concreted and fully lighted roads that we forgot that it was like back when our major roads were just gravel, or when we had to use mangper to get to the barangays on the other side of the river. Asma ang aabutin mo, kundi man heart stroke o sakit ng katawan sa napakahabing biyahe. Pero ngayon, we have a total of 652.3 kilometers of fully concreted roads and bridges from the previous 145 kilometers in 2015. accomplishment po ng city government yung 145 kilometers ng 2015. Hindi po kasali ang mga national and provincial highways na katulad ng pinatayo ni na Congressman LPGMA Alan T. na napakarami po, puro national. Ganun din ang ating mahal na Congressman Tony Pet Albano. At kahit mga iskinita sa pinakaliblib na parte, halos tatapusin ng ating syudad ang konkreto. Unobstructed mobility of people, goods, and commodities is an essential element of progress because it creates a favorable environment for trade and commerce. From 2023 to 24 alone, the city government concreted and rehabilitated and opened again another 55 kilometers of farm-to-market roads and interconnected barangays through circumferential roads to provide alternate routes to ease traffic and also to prevent other barangays from being isolated in cases of flooding. Kabilang dito ang circumferential road Osmeña Santo Tomas Ginatan, 22.3 million completed. Construction of bridge in Cabecera 2, 25 million completed. Concreting of farm-to-market reblocking, opening of new roads in Barangay Alibago to Namnama, 20 million ongoing. Marana First to Bacolod, 4 million completed. Reblocking po to. Namnama, 2 million completed. Santa Barbara, 2 million completed. Dito po napupunta ang pera natin. Fuyo, 2 million completed. Cabecera 10, 2 million completed. Cabecera 19 to Cabecera 2, 2 million completed. Batong Labang at to Cabecera 14-16, 2 million completed. Rangayan, 2.5 million completed. Capelian, 2.5 million completed. Batong Labang, 2.5 million completed. Villa Imelda, 2.5 million completed. Isinagawa rin po natin ang slope protection sa Sindon Maride, worth 5 million. A drainage canal sa Lulutan, 1.5 million completed. I would also like to acknowledge the support, tulad ng aking nabanggit kanina, of Congressman Alan T. of LPGMA and Congressman Tony Pet Albano for the allocation of funds intended for the concreting of circumferential roads from Kalamagi to Alibago matapos buksan po ng LGU. From Alibago to Namnama, then to Fugu. And nakikita natin mga river controls po rito sa siyudad ng Ilagan. Alibago, Lulutan, Bacolod, Marana, and Alangigan. Muli, Congressman Alan T., maraming salamat, and Congressman Tony Pet Albano. On behalf of the 180,000 Ilagueños, maraming salamat. Para mas maging cost-efficient ang pagsasagawa natin ng mga roadworks at land development projects, minarapat nating bumili ng karagdagang heavy equipments at dump trucks na nagkakahalaga ng 32.5 million na ginagamit natin para sa road rehabilitation at road maintenance sa mga barangay. Aside from the infrastructure development, we also assisted the Ilagan Public Utility Transport Cooperative in acquiring additional modernization jeepneys to improve mobility na isa sa mga pillars ng ating livable city. Yung mobility, a total of 70 modernized jeepneys are now plying in our city in other parts of the province dahil kasama na rin ito sa ating transport route plan, including the taxis plying anywhere in Region 2. Strengthening local government enterprising is one of the measures we implemented to ensure that we can provide the needed services for our constituents, at the same time make our program sustainable. This also fosters economic growth and creates job opportunity. This capital arena is one of the highlights of our accomplishment this year. Very sentimental po ang project na ito para sa atin po, dahil hindi na po tayo kayang i-accommodate ng community center natin sa sentro dahil lumalaki na ang ating populasyon. Ngayon, sa latest na statistics, lalabas na magiging 200,000 na po ang populasyon natin. Kaya nga po, sinikap talaga natin na matapos itong Capital Arena na kahit bumabagyo mula gabi hanggang umaga, tuloy-tuloy lang ang trabaho para maihabol sa okasyong ng ating taunang pag-uulat. Gaya ng binitawan kong salita noon nakaraang soka, na nagsoka tayo doon. Sabi ko, next year, doon na tayo sa bago nating arena. Ito po ay handog namin sa inyo tanda ng aming matatag at malalim na pinagsamahan. Dito po ay magkakasama tayong bubuo ng masasayang alaala at pagsasagawa ng makabuluhang aktibidad tulad ng international, national, o regional sports tournament, concerts, cultural shows at trade fairs na magdadala ng mga bisita mula sa iba't ibang lugar at higit na magpapalakas ng hospitality at retail sectors natin. One of the intendment of this humble representation at saka yung mga members ng council, kaya meron po tayong mga programang ganito. One is we are also addressing economic enterprise. We are also addressing economic entrepreneurship. Biro mo yung mga stalls na nakapalibot rito, and then very soon maraming bansyeto dito na siya ng magiging nightlife na ng City of Iligan na gabi-gabi. Meron tayong pupuntahan. Biro mo yung tutulungan niyang mga maliliit na mga ngalakal. We have to increase the purchasing power of our fellow Ilagueños. Dahil aanhin natin lahat kung mahina ang purchasing power ng Ilagueño. Kailangan palakasin natin para magkaroon tayo ng tinatawag na sustainability. Isinagawa na rin po natin ang asphalt overlaying at paglalagay ng street lights sa paligid nito. This 750 million capital arena with 10,000 seating capacity may also serve as a mega quarantine facility or mega evacuation center in any eventuality. Kita nyo nung nagkaroon ng pandemya, kung saan-saan tayo naglagay ng iba't ibang quarantine facilities, nagkahiwa-hiwalay. Kasabay nito, kasalukuyan nating tinatayo ang 200 million Ilagan City Hotel new building. This project will address the deficiency in hotel accommodations for our increasing tourists and business travelers, which we expect to double as a result of the completion of our capital arena. Meron na dati tayong hotel dyan na pag-aari ng city government. One of our significant investment is the ongoing construction of the City of Iligan College with an initial budget of 300 million intended to promote access to quality education para hindi na pupunta sa Manila o ibang lugar ang ating mga estudyante na malaking tipid sa gastusin ng mga magulang sa pagpapaaral ng kolehiyo. Kahil ang i-offer po natin rito, mga health allied courses o mga paramedics. Meron na po tayo yung level 3, magle-level 3 na hospital po natin rito na referral center na siyang gagamitin nating training center po ng magiging product ng ating Ilagan City College. Siyempre, hindi ko pwedeng ipagwahambang bahala yung suporta ng ating USEC rito na laging tumutulong sa atin, si Dr. Baggao. Officials from the Commission on Higher Education have already conducted their initial assessment in time for its completion. Lalo-lalo yung building natin next year po, baka sakali may habol natin. We will be specializing in allied health courses and paramedic courses. We also completed the Philippine Statistics Authority PSA building with a total allocation of 73 million. And yung DTI building natin na 25 million completed na po. Na naman, may mga issues sasabihin nila, bakit ang LGU patatayuan pa nila ang opisina ng National Line Agencies? Simple lang po. Dahil hinihikayat po natin sila na dito mag-locate po. Biro mo mga provincial, halimbawa ang PSA, provincial office po yan. Original office yan. Kung kukuha tayo ng mga documents, pupunta pa tayo ng Tugigaraw. Tayo sa Isabela, as much as sa Quirino and Tabuk. So ngayon, because of this, tinayo natin dito, papasok ngayon ang iba't ibang mga residente ng iba't ibang probinsya at iba't ibang munisipalidad dito. Ang epekto po niyan, hindi lang naman pupunta ang mga yan dito, syempre kakainita, gagastos sila, makakatulong tayo sa ating SMMEs, mga small, medium entrepreneurs. So bukod rito sa mga income na pumapasok sa ating syudad para sa rental ng mga office buildings na ito, it draws people from other parts of the province availing of their services, generate local employment, and promote business and trade activities. We are also constructing 2 public markets in San Antonio, sa kasalukuyan 70 million, and Marana, worth 100 million to promote local commerce. Again, suportaan ang SMEs, ang mga maliliit na negosyante, and provide residents access to fresh produce and essential goods. Patuloy rin ang pagtatayo natin ng mga karagdagang housing units under our LGU housing project in Alibago worth 100 million. Malapit na natin matapos at marami nang nakatira po dyan upang mabigyan ng katuparan ang pangarap ng maraming Ilagueño na magkaroon ng kanilang sariling bahay at lupa. Napipinto na rin po ang pagsisimula ng 5,500 high-rise condominiums projects under the 4PH project in partnership with DSUD. Ito yung project ng ating Pangulo in partnership. Ready na po ang lupa na pagtatayuan po natin. Andyan na, binili ng city government. Ang proyektong ito ay counterpart ng city government. Aside from these projects, isinagawa din po natin ang iba pang economic enterprising projects katulad ng para sa mga maliliit na naman na mga negosyante, commercial stalls at ISAT, 12.5 million completed. Medical Arts Building Phase 2, 12 million completed. And multipurpose building at Kalamagi Second, 5 million ongoing. Also funded under our Economic Development Fund are construction of Sitio Lagis Covered Court, 2 million completed. Construction of Barangay Ginatan Multipurpose Hall, binili ng city government ang lote, 12 million, pati yung construction, completed na po. Construction of Centro Poblacion Multipurpose Hall with land purchase, 12 million ongoing. Construction of bleacher at Bigao, 1.5 million completed. And construction of health center at San Isidro, 1.5 million completed. Isinagawa din po natin ang construction of ISAT Amphitheater, 15 million ongoing. Construction of 2-story 4-classroom building at Lulutan Elementary School, 10 million completed. Construction of 2-story 4-classroom building at Ilagan East Integrated SPED Center, 10 million completed. Construction of 2-story 4-class building at Ilagan South Central School, 10 million ongoing. Construction of 2-story 4-classroom building at Isabela National High School, 10 million ongoing. Construction of 2-story classroom building at Santa Isabel National High School, 10 million ongoing. Construction of 2 classroom building at Rangayan National High School, 3 million completed. Construction of covered court at Rangayan Elementary School, 2.5 million completed. Construction of flooring of covered court at Tangkul San Isidro Elementary School, 1.5 completed. Kung napansin po ninyo, ang karamihan sa projects na sinusuportahan natin ngayon ay para sa mga eskwelahan. This is because we want a simultaneous development. This year, alam nyo, kaya puro DepEd ang sinusuportahan natin. Because kailangan, sino ba ang pinaghahandaan natin ang ating mga future leaders? We have to prepare the groundwork for our future leaders. This is because most of the projects undertaken in the previous years are barangay halls, covered courts, health centers, and daycare centers. Pare-parehas lang po lahat yan sa lahat ng 91 barangays. Lahat ng barangays 91, napatayuan na natin ang uniform facilities. We are now able to undertake other projects of equal importance. We also improve our tourism facilities and infrastructure, including Corn Monument as Osmeña completed, development of Abuan River, 10 million completed, land development and installation of amenities at Abuan River Adventure and Eco Park, 5 million ongoing, and ang Gandang Ilagan program construction of walkways in Barangay Osmeña to Ginatan, 14 million ongoing. Enhancing productivity and innovations in agriculture. By the way, gusto ko mong agad na magpasalamat na kay Director Rosemary Aquino for all the support you have bestowed in the city. As an agricultural community, we endeavor to improve farm production and provide avenues that increase the income and purchasing power of our farmers. We embark on our strategy of forward integration in agriculture that broadens agricultural production operations further down to supply chain to provide added value to our raw products. We are the corn capital of the Philippines. We are being predominated by corn workers. Yung mga pinaghirapan ng mga farmers natin ng magmamais, binebenta lang natin ang mga grains natin outside of Ilagan. Usually ang kinikita lang mga traders, senti-sentimo lang po, kumikita sila sa logistics, yung mga truck po, mga rental ng trucks pagbalik. So we also have to give tribute to the hard work of our farmers. Bigyan natin ng importansya. Bakit hindi na lang natin iproseso dito sa ating syudad na siyang ginagawa natin at meron tayong mga business models. Kayong mga ngalakal, mga businessmen po rito, andyan po ang Corn and Dairy Innovation Center po natin, andyan ang mga business models na pwede nyong gawin po. Bilang bahagi ng ating forward integration model, sinikap nating magsaliksik kung ano pa ang pwede nating gawin sa ating pangunahing produktong mais. And the opportunity for silage production as feeds for cattle was presented to us. Because of the abundance of raw materials, we can produce cheaper silage at 3 to 4 pesos per kilo as compared to 8 to 10 sold in central and southern Luzon. We engage potential investors to look into the opportunity for cattle raising and dairy production. And Mr. Moose, a dairy distributor based in Laguna, saw this great potential in investment in setting us a dairy factory in partnership with J.O.'s Breeding Farm. Sandyan si Mr. Mike Mercado. Tayo ka, Mike, para ma-recognize kanila. Sa Tagaytay po, Cho, maraming branches po. As it stands, the country is producing only 1%. Sa totoo lang po, 1% lang ang sa yung requirement ng buong Pilipinas na gatas, 1% lang ang pinoproduce natin dito sa Pilipinas at ang 99% na gatas ini-import na natin sa ibang bansa. Europe, America, Australia. But the pervading problem now, tinatamad na po yung mga next generation na po nila. Kaya nga dito, in-encourage na rin nila sa mga facilities natin na kung pwedeng magkaroon ng training center para sa exportation din natin ng mga manpower natin papunta sa European countries. So biro mo, 99% ini-import natin, 1% lang ang pinoproduce natin na gatas. As it stands, the country is producing only 1% of our dairy requirements and 99% are being imported. Pero dahil sa matagumpay nating cattle industry, nakakapag-produce tayo ng 3,000 liters ng gatas per day, 1.1 million liters sa isang taon dito sa Ilagan. Inaasahan natin tataas ito ng 3.2 million liters annually sa pagdating po na naman ng panibagong 600 na baka mula sa Australia na investment na naman ni Mr. Mike Mercado and company. More private entrepreneurs and farmer cooperatives are engaging into this industry. And because of this, we are fast becoming a major player in cattle and dairy production in the country. Mike, my word, pagdating ng panahon, hindi lang po tayo corn capital, kung di magiging dairy capital rin ang City of Ilagan. These increasing requirements for corn silage provided bigger income opportunities for our farmers. Lalo na at kasalukuyan pong tinatayo ang 11 million silage production plant sa ating syudad na magproproseso ng silage para sa gawing feeds. First in the Philippines po ang project na ito na kayang mag-produce ng 12 million kilos ng feeds sa isang taon. Kung dati, 2 beses lang ang pagtatanim ng mais ng mga farmers natin, ngayon po ay pwede na silang magtanim o magsingit ng isa pang cropping para sa silage production dahil 75 to 80 days lang kailangan para dito. Papat-pati na po yan na magre-resulta ng additional income na 70,000 per hectare po para sa ating mga farmers. So you see, we will try to increase the purchasing power of our fellow Ilagueños. Higit sa lahat, sa panahon ng pagtayot o mga bagyo, damaged corn crops can be sold and converted into silage, thus minimizing the losses of our farmers. Ang ating matagumpay na integration ng silage production at cattle industry ay sentro ngayon ng pag-aaral ng regional at central office ng Department of Agriculture, National Dairy Authorities. Actually, lahat po ng regional director sa buong Pilipinas, sinamahan sila ni Regional Director Rosemary Aquino dito sa ating mga farms dito at ginawa nilang benchmarking ang Ilagan. Pati po ang Central Office ng Department of Agriculture and National Dairy Authority, maging ang Senate Committee on Agriculture sa pamumuno ni Senator Cynthia Villar ay nagsagawa ng kanilang committee hearings dito sa Ilagan para pag-aralan ng ating matagumpay na cattle and dairy industry. Available po ang corn and dairy business model at iba pang modern agricultural practices sa ating Corn Innovation Center para sa mga interesado sa agribusiness tulad ng aking nabanggit kanina. Under construction naman, ang 250 million I-Corn Complex na magsisilbing Research and Development Center focusing on corn production. Ito ay lalo pang makakatulong para mapataas ang kita ng ating mga magsasaka through technology transfer, use of modern farming methods, and post-harvest facilities, including corn processing. Nais ko pang magpasalamat, tulad ng aking nabanggit kanina, kay DA's Region of 2 sa pamumuno ni RD Rosemary Aquino sa pagsuporta sa aming farmers. Rest assured that we will always be your trusted partner in pursuing our national goals to food security. Moreover, through our City Agriculture Office, we also distributed 8,250 bags of hybrid corn seeds, 11,200 bags of rice seeds, more than 13,000 bags of fertilizers, and financial assistance to more than 23,000 farmers. Nabigay po tayo ng mahigit 30,000 assorted high-value crop seedlings during the series of Dulug at Tinig programs of the City of Government. We also extended assistance to our fisher folks by facilitating the distribution of 350,000 tilapia fingerlings, 50,000 eel fingerlings, including the distribution of fiber glass non-motorized bangkas. Ang ating pamahalaang lungsod ay nagpapanatili ng 20 units ng 4-wheel tractors, harvesters, agricultural drones, overhead irrigation system, at mga solar-powered irrigation system para maging moderno ang pagsasaka sa ating syudad. Ito ay makakabawas sa production cost at pagtataas ng production at kita ng mga farmers. In support to the swine production initiatives to mitigate the effect of the African swine fever, ASF, we also partnered with DA for the establishment of swine growing facilities under the Integrated National Swine Recovery Initiatives for recovery and expansion of or INSPIRE projects awarded to various farmers cooperatives amounting to 42 million. Namigay din po tayo ng 200 heads ng baka para makapagparami po, lalo-lalo na tungkol sa dairy, sa ating mga magsasaka bilang alternatibong kabuhayan ng kanilang mga pamilya at upang makatulong na ma-improve at maparami ang breed ng baka sa ating syudad. Based on the report of DA, tayo na po ngayon ang may pinakamalaking populasyon ng baka sa Cagayan Valley. Gayon din na mahagi tayo ng tulong pinansyal sa ating mga magsasaka na nagtatanim ng tabako sa halagang 15,000 bawat tobacco farmers mula sa ating excise tax for a total of 10.5 million. Ang mga programa pang agrikultura na ito ay nagdadala ng sigla sa ating ekonomiya. Naramdam nating lahat. The increased purchasing power of our farmers are now cascading to the retail sectors kung saan nagsisimula ang pag-unlad at pagdami ng mga negosyo sa ating syudad. Vibrant economy and sustainable growth. Our major investor, the Charaon Pork Fund, Mr. Sakol, ang chairman po ng Charaon Pork Fund Philippines from Thailand, andito po, made additional investment in our city. Aside from their existing 3,000 sow-level swine breeding complex, nagdagdag pa po sila ng panibagong 3,000 sow-level swine breeding complexes, making their total investment at 2.2 billion. They also partnered with our local company, katulad ni EGB Breeding Farm, for the establishment of 1 billion 3,000 sow-level swine breeding complex, and with Lexdale Holding Group Incorporated, andyan po, at saka si DSFTD, Golden Land Corporation, for the 2 swine growing complexes worth 2 billion. CP Foods is also working with the providers, multipurpose cooperative, and other local businesses for its win-to-finish swine growing projects worth 2 billion na naman po. Tapos na po ang Memorandum of Agreement, papasok po sila dito sa siyudad ng Ilagan. CP Foods has now a total of 10 billion pesos investment in the city as they are targeting to produce 5,000 hogs yearly. CP Foods also engaged another international company, the Kasep Hunt Group, where they invested 1.8 billion na naman po for the construction of the state-of-the-art feed mill complex in partnership with the local company, the Sagutarian Agricultural Philippines Incorporated, and the Dragon Hatch Construction. Once operational, the feed mill complex can provide 7.2 million kilos of feeds with requirement of 300,000 metric tons of corn grains, further establishing a ready market for our farmers. Biro mo ang production natin ng mais dito sa City of Ilagan is only 250,000 metric tons, pero ang kailangan nilang mais is 300,000 metric tons. So magkakaroon talaga ng competition sa pagpresyo ng mais ng ating mga farmers. Where there is competition, there shall always be progress. Ang YCH Singapore at Igloo Supply Chain Philippines ay magsisimula na rin magtatayo ng 2 billion cold storage facility na may 10,000 pallet capacity sa ating syudad. Ito ay kukumpleto sa ating food supply chain kung saan magpapalawig ang shelf life ng ating mga produktong karne, gulay at pagkaing dagat, hindi lamang sa ating syudad kundi sa buong rehiyon, enabling us to expand our market, reach nationally and internationally through exportation. Ang mga proyektong ito ay inaasahang magdadala ng humigit kulang 3,000 job opportunities para sa mga Ilagueño. Magpapataas ng investment capital at magdadagdag ng local revenues ng ating syudad. Magbubukas din ito ng mas maraming oportunidad para sa mga magsasaka at magdudulot ng stable supply ng agricultural products para sa food security sa buong bansa. The 18 billion 440 megawatt solar power energy plant in our city by Total Energies of France in partnership with our local company, the San Ignacio Energies Resources Development Corporation and Next North Energy Group is now under construction. Mag-umpisa sila. Approved by the Department of Energy and no less than the President, His Excellency Ferdinand Marcos Jr. himself witnessed the signing of the connection agreement with the National Grid Corporation together with the President of Total Energies and the French Ambassador to the Philippines. Inaasahang magdudulot din ito ng maraming pakinabang para sa ating syudad tulad ng pagbubukas ng 3,000 job opportunities, karagdagan ng local revenues at posibleng pagbaba ng electric rates po natin. Kasama po natin, kapiling natin ang kanilang partner rito, si Mang Butch. Andyan po siya. Sir, thank you po sa pagdalo. Dahil sa masigla nating ekonomiya, sunod-sunod ang mga negosyong nagbubukas ngayon sa ating syudad. Real estate is also booming in our city where several housing projects in Barangay Morado, Bliss Village, Santa Catalina and Capellan are underway. Magkakaroon ho tayo ng mga low-cost housing po dyan dahil napag-aralan po ng ating mahal na urban planner na si Architect Palafox, ang kulang natin na bahay sa syudad ng Ilagan is 15,000. So we have to address this. Andito na rin po ngayon ang Avida Land, Vester Corporation, Providers Multipurpose Cooperatives, Big Prime Realty, and Alingog Realty. All these investments resulted in an increase in total capitalization in our city from 14.3 billion doubling to 28.1 billion in just a matter of 1 year. This surge in capitalization not only signifies job creation and economic diversification, but also indicates increased confidence of investors in our local economy. Patuloy din po na isinasagawa natin ang mga programa upang suportahan ang mga MSMEs natin sa ating syudad, katulad ng pagsasagawa ng mga crowd-drawing events. Higit sa lahat, patuloy po tayo sa pag-eengganyo sa mga private companies and public agencies na magtayo ng opisina sa ating syudad na siyang magdadala ng mga taong tatangkilik sa ating mga maliliit na mga entrepreneurs. Katulad na lamang po ng nakikita lamang po natin sa pagbubukas ng PSA at ng DTI at saka nitong ating arena ngayon. Dito po pumapasok ang kahalagahan ng ating City Civic Center kung saan magtatayuan po yung iba't ibang mga ahensya po rito sa complex po ng city government na ipinapagamit natin ng libre ang lupang pagtatayuan ng mga provincial at regional offices ng mga ahensya ng pamahalaan through an user-frac agreement. We just inaugurated kanina lang po ang DepEd Division Office. At sa kasalukuyan naman, ang pagtatayo ng bagong PNP Central Station, andyan na. Nadaragdagan sa mga infrastrukturang nauna nang nating naitayo, katulad ng TESDA, nagpatayo na po ang mga TESDA rito. Andyan si Director Vilma. DTI Building. Nakatagda na rin itayo dito ang Department of Health Regional Laboratory. Tinutulungan tayo ni Dr. Baggao. Andyan ang DOLE, itatayo na rin nila sa next year. ang DICT office with ITC Park, ang ating BFP na Central Fire Department, dito rin itatayo, and ang ating BJMP. Pero ang BJMP po natin, ilagay natin sa dulo, baka makapuga po yung mga prisonero. Foreign and national investment promotions. We embark on significant investment promotion ventures by establishing a partnership with the Board of Investments. This strategic alliance aims to unlock numerous investment initiatives and opportunities to bolster our economic landscape, aligned with our strategic vision for economic growth and sustainability. Kaugnay nito, matagumpay nating naisagawa ang City of Ilagan Investment Forum upang maipakita ang maisiglang ekonomiya at business opportunities sa ating syudad, sa layuning maging daan ito upang manghikayat ng mga investors. Mahigit 200 investors as stakeholders kabilang ang DTI, DICT, DILG at DOT ang lumahok at nagbahayag ng kanilang mga interes at suporta. Ito ay naging daan sa ilang mga memorandum of agreements, partnerships at networking sa pagitan ng ating mga local entrepreneurs at national and international business players. Dito po ang role namin sa LGU, pinagpa-partner po namin ang mga local businessmen po natin, saka yung mga may gustong mag-invest, pinagpa-partner po natin sila sa mga national at international investors. We also participated business missions and investment promotions forum with national and international business players, bringing our city to the limelight. Last September, the Philippine Chamber of Commerce invited us as a speaker to the Metro Manila Business Forum held in Manila Hotel to pitch on the priority investment areas of our city and share our success story in line with our city's business promotions and investment. Nauna po dito, tayo ay kanilang napanood sa parehong event when we were invited to speak in the Northern Luzon Area Business Conference to showcase the opportunities of Region 2, where we were presented as the prime mover LGU in Region 2's development. We were also invited to speak in the DICT Regional ICT Summit and Exhibition, where we engaged with regional and national stakeholders in the information and communications technology sector. Dahil dito, naghikayat natin ang Everrise na isang international BPO company sa ating syudad, at sila ay kasalukuyan ng nagsasagawa ng recruitment activity at 51 talks and 10 other BPOs including Teleperformance and Accenture also signified their intent to branch out and establish their offices in our city. In partnership with the ICT, we established 30 connection points for free Wi-Fi in public parks, schools, barangays, and government facilities, improve connectivity. Salamat, RD Pinky. Kaugnay nito, itinatag din natin ang operasyon ng programang Tech for ED at Digital Transformation Center na naging daan ng ating pagkapanalo bilang Best Tech for ED Center sa buong Region 2. Maraming salamat muli, Regional Director Pinky Jimenez. Inimbitahan din tayo bilang resource person sa programang Kapihan sa Bagong Pilipinas sa Philippine Information Agency Region 2 upang ibahagi ang ating matagumpay na programa sa larangan ng agribusiness and investment opportunities. Presenting our best practices during these events made me look back with pride on what we have achieved as I see renowned leaders nod in approval and commendation, setting us as an example and inspiration for other LGUs. In addition to these events, we also organize several business matching activities to connect local businesses with potential investors and partners that led to meaningful partnerships. Nagsagawa din tayo ng benchmarking missions sa Thailand kasama ang Department of Trade and Industry to research and adopt new technologies in agriculture. As a result of this trade mission, the executives of River Kwai International Food Industry, the biggest corn processing company again in Thailand, signified their intent to enter into an agreement for the expansion of their operations in our city, particularly the establishment of sweet corn processing plant in the City of Ilagan. Nagsagawa rin po tayo ng business mission sa Dubai na nagbukas ng oportunidad para sa export market Dahil dito, sumailalim tayo sa proseso ng halal certification. May halal certification na po yung mga produkto natin sa dairy. Dahil dito, sumailalim tayo sa proseso ng halal certification para ihanda ang ating mga agricultural products para sa Middle East market. By facilitating collaboration, synergy between different stakeholders, we created a vibrant ecosystem that supports business growth and innovation. Nais ko pong muling himukin ang mga local investors natin sa puntong ito. The reason that we are having this annual report is to keep you abreast of our development efforts so you can reap the benefits of our economic programs through partnerships with our prospective foreign partners. Marami po tayo mga local, mga Phil-Chinese businessmen po rito, katulad ng mga pamilya Wee, Pensiong Wee, JJ Wee, si Mang Piping Wee. Ang dami po nila rito. Mga Bielgo family, solid. Ang dami po nila rito na mga negosyante. Hindi ko na kayo mention isa-isa. Ang ating mga inisyatibo upang mapangalagaan ang interes ng mga negosyante sa ating syudad, kabilang ang mga serbisyong ibinibigay natin upang pampagyaman ang kanilang mga negosyo, ay kinilala ng Philippine Chamber of Commerce. They were impressed on our efforts to regulate the factors of production like low electric rates, yung pagsunod po sa yung Grand Sustainable Development natin, yung 4GD po natin, yung water and the current na through the auspices attributed the up management of Engineer Ernie Baggao of Iselco 2, na dati ang kuryente natin is 19.22 pa noon. Ngayon nasa 8 pesos per kilowatt hour na lamang. Palakpakan natin si Engineer Baggao. Dahil po rito, as one of the determinants of investment, we won the rigid competition and was adjudged as the most business-friendly city in the whole country out of 147 countries. Isa sa paraang ginagawa natin upang buhayan ang ating mga ekonomiya ay ang pagpapalakas ng turismo sa ating syudad. Last September, we were invited as a speaker by the Department of Tourism at SMX Convention Center sa Mall of Asia to promote our standalone tourism circuit sa buong Pilipinas, dubbed as the Authenticity of Ilagan, a journey of leisure and discovery, which highlights our tourism potential and encourages investors in the tourism industry to delve in these opportunities. Bukod sa ating Ilagan Sanctuary, pinagyaman din natin ang Abuan River na naging isang patok na pasyalan na dinadayo ng mga turista. Isang buwan lang po natin na dinevelop ito na dapat gawin ng isang taon. Pero naman, puro robotics ang ginamit natin. Mga daming equipment. Dahil sa isinagawa nating rehabilitasyon ng Abuan River, naprotektahan natin ang ating kalikasan mula sa pagkasira at nabigyan po natin ng trabaho ang ng pagkakakitaan ang mga residente at mga SMEs na nandyan po sa mga barangays na yan. We also ensured the safety of the tourists as we provide additional attractions and amenities that they could enjoy. Ang Abuan River Adventure and Eco Park ay ang most visited tourism site sa Rion 2 ngayon na naging daan sa pagkilala sa ating syudad bilang most visited LGU sa buong rehiyon. With the completion of our capital arena, we hope to draw more tourists to our city through the events we will hold here. Dito ay bubuo tayo ng maraming masasayang alaala na sisimulan natin sa concert ng legendary music icon na si Ellie Buendia kasama ang Orange and Lemons. Libre po yan kasi marami pong nag-sponsor sa atin. Marami tayong mga sponsors katulad ng Lexdale Company. Kung saan ang proceeds at yung mga sponsors po na magbibigay, ang proceeds po ay idodonate po natin sa ating simbahan po na nasunog para sa construction ng ating makakatulong sa pag-construction ng parish priest po natin. Maya-maya lang po ay mapapanood po natin si Miss Maricel Cruz at Mr. Richard Poon in concert. Maya-maya pagkatapos po ng soka po natin. Salamat na naman, Joey Fournier, sa sponsorship. Kaibigan po natin yan. Thank you, sir. Nakalinya na rin po ang mga events na gaganapin sa ating Capital Arena tulad ng Bantam Championship Games organized by Elorde Promotion sa December 5. December 5 yan. November 30, may malaking affair rito na 18,000 na crowd na naman ang pupunta rito. So maswerte yung mga SMEs natin December 5, meron na naman. 15 ba ang Elorde? Ay, December 5 pala. I-rent na kaagad po ito ng San Mariano dahil dito magmi-meeting ang lahat ng mga ilaw nila na 12,000, yung Association of Women rin nila. So, kita nyo na ang spilling effect nito para sa ating ekonomiya. Buhay ang mga maliliit nating mga negosyante. And then, magkakaroon din po tayo ng hopefully na PBA Games under the auspices in the future. Tutulungan raw tayo ni Congressman Alan T. Sabi niya, akong bahala. Andyan rin yung may-ari ng North Star Mall dahil siya ang may-ari ng team na Rizal. Kukuha rin raw siya. Pagtutulungan namin na magkaroon rin tayo ng team rito ng PBL. Ano, engineer? And then yung sa volleyball, pag yung mga sexy ba, PBL dito. And then itong sabi na sa inyo. And then ngayong December, yung mga chikiting natin, yung mga bata, magkakaroon tayo ng Winter Magic on Ice po rito. Parang hindi lang naman sa Araneta, kailangan meron rin tayo rito. Andyan ang investor natin sa si Rupert. Asan siya? Ayun, Rupert, ayun. Palakpan po natin. This would foster a conducive environment for businesses such as restaurants. Kita nyo naman, napaliputan po yan. Commercial and retail stores and the hospitality industry in general. Moving on the sustainable social services and development programs, we can never boast of a robust business, climate, and economic development if it does not trickle down to the people. That is, if there is no real and felt change translated to individual economic capacities of our constituents. In the first place, all our efforts are ultimately intended to advance social development, to improve the life and living conditions of our people and increase their purchasing power. Sa likod ng ating mga pagsisikap na mapaganda ang ating ekonomiya ay ang sabay na pagpapalakas din ng ating labor and employment sector. Our City Public Employment Office facilitated assistance and job placement to 17,075 job seekers and workers. Pati yung mga partnerships natin ng DOLE, maraming salamat, Director ng DOLE, andito po siya. Palakpakan po natin. Si Director Elpidio Atal, palakpakan natin. We also implemented a special program for the employment of students or SPES program amounting to 7 million. Yung mga estudyante po natin na gustong mag-summer job. Dahil dito, muli na naman po tayong tinanghal bilang Best Peso Office at si Paulo Sanidad bilang Best Peso Office Region at nominee po tayo sa National DOLE Bayanihan. 3 beses na po natin nakuha yan sa buong Pilipinas, yung award na yan. Marami pa pong trabaho ang naghihintay para sa ating mga kababayan bunga sa paglago ng investment ng ating syudad. At mayroon din tayong sapat na skilled workers upang punuan ito. Patuloy po ang ating pagbibigay ng scholarship programs para sa mga college students sa kahit anong kurso, kahit sa eskwelahan, Manila, kahit sa Ateneo, Lasal ka mag-aral, UST saan, dito sa Ilagan, libre basta i-maintain mo yung grades mo. Pati na rin po ang mga kumukuha ng postgraduate, mga degrees katulad ng medicine, law, master's and doctorate degree, tinutulungan ng city government, pabayaran natin ang inyong tuition fee. This year, we have disbursed a total of 46.8 million in scholarship assistance to 4,980 college students enrolled in various colleges in the country. Dahil dito, we have achieved a high literacy rate of 98.19%. Education has always been one of our priorities, understanding that empowering our youth with knowledge and skills is crucial in breaking the cycle of poverty. Pag nagsimula na po ang ating City of Ilagan College, mas magiging sustainable na naman ang ating programang pang-edukasyon. Gaya na lamang po ng mas malawak na health services natin. Ngayon po, dahil sa pagkakaroon natin ng sarili nating hospital, ang CIMC, mas higit pa nating pinagyayaman. Kasalukuyan na po nating pinoproseso ang mga requirement para sa magiging level 3 hospital ng ating CIMC. Meron po tayong mga karagdagang serbisyo dito tulad ng laparoscopy. Hindi na po, meron na tayong lap tower. Hindi na kailangan pag-ooperahan ka dati. bibiyakin talaga ng buo. Ngayon, kung na lang, pindot na lang. Meron na tayong laparoscopy services rito. In addition to a complete array of medical services with high-end medical equipment, modern facilities, diagnostic services like 2D echo, 64 slices na CT scan, and a specialized clinic. Lalo na po ang ating dialysis center. Mag-e-expand po tayo. Magkakaroon na rin tayo ng endoscopy at colonoscopy nitong taon na to. We also strengthened our affiliation with PhilHealth for e-consulta that enabled us to provide comprehensive level 2 healthcare and diagnostic services for free. From January to present, CIMC has served a total of 181,379 patients. Nagsagawa din tayo ng libreng major surgical procedures sa 53 pasyente bilang bahagi ng ating mga medical missions. Nung andito pa lang si Dr. Baggaw, talagang todo ang suporto pa niya sa atin. Hanggang ngayon pa, hindi siya nagmamaliw. CIMC also maintained the 3 ISO certifications for quality management, environmental management, and occupational health and safety management. Tayo lang po sa buong Pilipinas ang healthcare facility na may 3 ISO certifications. CIMC will also be conferred the Green Health Facility Award, being the only level 2 facility in the region given a rating of 3 stars. Regional awardee and national finalists din po ang CIMC Gawad Kalusukan Awards 2024 mula sa DOH. Palakpakan natin ang ating maliit na director, maliit pero magaling na cute, Director Herbie. Asan siya? Director Herbie. Recently, we inaugurated and opened the Medical Arts Building to serve as a consultation clinic for our doctors and as training facility for health practitioners. The American Health Association and the University of Santo Tomas also partnered with us to make CIMC their accredited training facility na mas magpapaganda na ng kalidad ng serbisyo ng ating hospital. We also partnered with FEU Nicanor Reyes Medical Foundation to become their accredited partner for training and medical services. Kasalukuyan din po ang pagpapatayo ng Physical Rehabilitation Center and Infectious Disease Control po dyan sa hospital na yan. Before the establishment of CIMC, the medical assistance provided for our people is very limited. Kapag ubos na ang aming pondo allocated for medical assistance, wala na po tayong maibibigay ng ating mga constituents na nangangailangan ng tulong para sa kanilang pagpapagamot. Ngayon po, we can address these essential services to our constituents without limits. Higit pa dito, CIMC became an avenue where we can conveniently extend MAIP funds for patients admitted at CIMC. Dito ko na naman gustong ipagpaalam sa buong Ilagan ng ating congressman, LPGMA. Binibigyan po tayo, kaya yung mga pasyenteng hindi nakakabayad, dito natin kinakaltas. Recently, binigyan tayo ulit ng another 100 million. Palakpakan po natin. Congressman Tony Pet, nagbigay siya 21 million. Hindi lang para sa ating syudad, kundi para sa karatig bayan na nag-aabot rin ng ating serbisyo. Si Congressman Go, nagpondo rin po dyan ng MAIP. Hindi ko alam kung nasa 10 million yata or 15 million para sa mga pasyente rin po nila sa area nila. For this year, we have extended a total of 190 million medical assistance to about 200,000 patients admitted for the period of January to date. We recently inaugurated the hospital annex building for our San Antonio City of Ilagan Hospital with the 43-bed capacity. Dalawa pa ang hospital namin dito para sa San Antonio naman at saka na sa Northeastern. We also improved and rehabilitated its diagnostic center, operating and delivery room. Nag-groundbreaking na rin po tayo para sa pagpapatayo ng clinical laboratory in addition to our molecular laboratory. Tayo lang ho ang may molecular laboratory na ino-operate ng local government unit sa buong Pilipinas. From January to present, ang San Antonio City of Ilagan Hospital catered to a total of 25,433 patients, and we are working on its conversion to a level 2 2 or level 1 hospital as kagustuhan natin ng bigyan ng accessible at dekalidad na serbisyo ang mga taga San Antonio and Northeastern barangays po natin. Nagkikater ng mga almost 45 barangays yan. Kung maalala po ninyo, dati sira-sira at tumutulo ang bubong ng San Antonio City Ilagan Hospital at wala na ring doktor na naka-assign po nito before I took up the guardians of leadership. Pero ginawa natin ang lahat para buhayin, ayusin, dagdagan ng mga pasilidad at magtalaga ng sapat na medical personnel para sa San Antonio City of Ilagan Hospital. We aim to make this hospital at par with City of Ilagan Medical Center. Now we can boast of having not one but 2 world-class hospital owned and operated by the city government. Ito ang deserve ninyo, mga mahal naming Ilagenyo, ang tamang pag-alaga at pag-aruga. Please allow me to thank you, our former Mayor Moods, na personal na pinangangasiwaan ng pag-aayos sa San Antonio City of Ilagan. Alam niyo po, dahil sa pag-aapura po dyan na mailibo ng kating namin, gabi-gabi laging uuwi, gabi-gabi. Nagtataka na ako. Nakakahalata na ako, laging wala na si Moods sa gabi. Sabi ko, yun pala na nasa hospital. Moods, salamat at nariyan ka upang maging katuwang ko sa napakaraming bagay, lalo na sa pagsisilbi sa ating syudad. Pinapanatili rin natin ang mahusay na pamantayan para sa primary healthcare services ng ating City Health Office 1 and 2 na masipag na umiikot po sa kabuuan ng ating mga barangays para isulong ang primary health services. Sa taong ito, tayo ay nakapagbigay ng libreng gamot sa ating pharmacists at mga isinagawa nating medical missions na nagkakahalaga ng 130 million sa kabuuan. Tayo ay naglaan ng 658 million sa ating annual budget para sa ating buong health services mula January to this point. Being a proud and happy lolo myself, it brings me happiness to report that our nutrition rate is at 98%, wherein we received the Green Banner Award and Nutrition Honor Award for having the most outstanding nutrition program from the Department of Health. Bukod sa healthcare intervention, we also conduct regular supplemental feeding programs to preschool and elementary children through our Assist in Nourishing a Kid program, effectively eradicating malnutrition in our city. We have allocated and disbursed more than 20 million exclusively for our nutrition program. At this point, nais ko pong magpasalamat sa ating mga doctors, mga paramedic personnels at sa lahat ng ating mga health workers sa inyong kasipagan and for a job well done. Palakpakan po natin sila. We also take pride to our unique and innovative programs on health like the Ilagan Blood Depository System that we have been consistently implementing since 2004. This year, we were able to conduct 3 bloodletting activities and collected 2,222 units of blood. Biro mo ilang buhay ang kanilang isinalba. Marami pong salamat sa ating mga voluntary donors sa walang sawang pagsuporta sa programang ito na nakakapagligtas sa buhay ng ating mga kababayan. Para po sa inyo, ang maraming parangal na itong natanggap para sa programang ito. Isa rin po sa hinahangaang innovative program ng ating syudad ay ang ating Ilagan Physical Medicine, ang rehabilitation center po natin na isa sa mga pet projects ng ating may bahay na si former Mayor Moods Diaz. We have given free physical therapy services to 1,761 patients until they are restored to health. Even providing home care service, hatid sundo po yung mga tiga-barangay na nahihirapan talagang pumunta sa poblasyon. Our services also include free behavioral therapy, speech therapy, and occupational therapy to provide immediate and appropriate interventions to persons with disabilities and help them manage their conditions. From January to present, we have conducted 7,037 therapy sessions. We also provided 527 assisted device through the Access PWD and JAVE Cares program initiated and spearheaded by JAVE Diaz. This innovative program is awarded by the Development Academy of the Philippines among the LGU best practices in the country. Ang ating Dulog at Tinig Outreach Program ay mananatiling centerpiece ng ating public service delivery. This year, we have conducted 6 Dulog at Tinig Outreach Programs where we provide the whole armada of the LGU services to 61,117 individuals right at their doorsteps. Ang Dulog at Tinig program po, na kung si Juan de la Cruz hindi makapunta sa munisipyo para makatanggap ng iba't ibang serbisyo, yung lahat in all avenues of services, ang buong armada ng munisipyo, medical, dental, lahat mga civil registrar, legal, agricultural, lahat po dinadala namin sa barangays in a cluster. Ika-cluster namin ang barangays right on their doorsteps. Sa ating serbisyo publiko, sinisiguro din namin ang kapakanan ng lahat ay isinusulong upang sabay-sabay tayo sa pag-unlad. More than just dole-outs, we implement social development programs through people empowerment and provide much-needed services from womb to tomb. No one will be left behind. Una na rito ay mga programa para sa mga kabataang Ilagueño. Acknowledging their role in nation building, we espouse programs that contribute to their overall development and well-being. Ang ating Sinag at Alab program ay patuloy na lumilinang sa ating mga kabataan sa larangan ng sining at sports development, kung saan 985 na kabataan ang nagsasanay ngayong taon. Ako ay lubos na natutuwa at nagpapasalamat sa pinapakitang disiplina at partisipasyon ninyong mga kabataan sa programa ng ating syudad. Ipinagmamalaki ko kayo sa mga kabataang Ilagueño. We are also maintaining 121 child development centers catering to 5,795 daycare children, providing them appropriate and holistic care in their formative years. As a result of their program, we once again receive the seal of child-friendly governance with a high rating of 99.25. Bilang pundasyon ng ating komunidad, sinikap natin na masuportahan at matugunan ang pangangailan ng bawat pamilyang Ilagueño upang maitaguyod din nila ang kanilang pamilya sa pamamagitan ng asosasyon ng mga ama o ilaw, Ilagan Association of Women. Nagsasagawa tayo ng iba't ibang livelihood and training programs na makapagbibigay ng kanilang karagdagang kita sa layunin na maingat ang kanilang antas ng pamumuhay, increasing again their purchasing power. As it has always been our policy, we reject dole-outs. Give a man a fish and you shall feed him for the day, but teach a man how to fish and you shall feed him for the day of his life. But isa pang hinihingi namin, bigyan nyo kami ng technology and there will be abundance. Siyempre, hindi din natin nakakalimutan ang mga vulnerable and disadvantaged sectors. Una na ang mga senior citizens natin na pinagkakautangan natin ng legacy. Sa ating mga munting paraan, pinakikita natin sa kanila ang pagkilala sa pamamagitan ng pamamahagi ng handog kaarawan at iba pang mga serbisyo. Through the active leadership of our OSCA head na napakasipag, si Manang Mirna Isidro, palakpakan po natin. Nagsagawa rin tayo ng health and wellness programs tulad ng Bible studies and Zumba activities para mapanatili natin ang kanilang pagiging aktibo. Matagumpay din nating inilunsad ang Project Kalakasan in celebration of the Elderly Week. At nakikita rin natin ngayon ang lumalaking partisipasyon ng ating mga professional retirees sa mga program ng OSCA. Soon, the construction of another senior citizen center will begin, which will serve as their administrative and wellness center. Aktibo rin ang ating mga PWD sa pagsulong ng inclusivity and awareness sa ating komunidad. And we have been actively sponsoring all their activities towards these ends. Gayon din ang mga programa para sa ating mga indigenous people para matulungan sila na makapag-adapt sa agos ng modernong panahon and at the same time promote their unique heritage. At gaya ng ating nakagawian, asahan po ninyo ang muling pag-iikot ng ating city officials upang maibigay ang regalong handog mula sa inyong lokal na pamahalaan ngayong Kapaskuhan. Sa PASAP po, lahat po ng 91 barangays, lahat ng mga senior citizens, lahat ng mga persons with disability, kababaihan, kalalakihan, kayo kuminsan, 3-3, 4-4, senior citizen ka, basta lalaki ka, may tanggap ka. Disabled ka pa, may matatanggap ka rin. Sa kabuuan, we disburse 162.6 million for our social services, inclusive of livelihood and financial assistance, handog pagmamahal, pero huwag muna po yun. Yung hatid papunta sa sementeryo, sa kanilang po yun, and handog kaarawan. Mahalagang bahagi din ang ating serbisyo ang pagpapanatili ng public safety, peace and order. The city of Ilagan was the first city in the country to be declared as drug-cleared city by the PDEA and the ILG in the whole country. And our City Anti-Drug Abuse Council was also cited for being rated as high-functional anti-drug abuse council in Region 2 during the recent performance audit. Naging matagumpay din tayo sa ating anti-insurgency efforts kung saan ang dating encounter site, yung saan nagbabakbakan sa Sitio Lagis, ay isa na ngayong larawan ng matiwasay at payapang pamumuhay. We have given them all the basic facilities to keep their community flourishing, na dahilan ng kanilang pagbabalik loob sa ating pamahalaan. Dahil dito, tayo po ay ginawaran ng estadong insurgency-free city ng Armed Forces of the Philippines at itinanghal na regional winner at national finalist ng Subaybayani ng DILG. Ang Ilagan City Police Station naman ay kinilala bilang best police station in Region 2, and it was adjudged as the third best police station in the whole country. Sa panahon ng mga kalamidad, higit nating naipapakita ang ating epektibong social services because of our ability to immediately bounce back. Ito nga lang pong nakaraang buwan, 6 na sunod-sunod na bagyo ang dumaan sa ating syudad na nagdulot ng malawak na pinsala. Bagamat tayo ay palagi ang nakahanda sa pagharap ng mga ganitong problema, hindi maiiwasan na tayo ay nakakapagdulot ng pasakit sa mga apektadong residente. Bukod sa mga pre-packed meals, hygiene kits, ayuda na sa PASAP pong binibigyan lahat ng 91 barangays po. Binibigyan natin ng buong 91 barangays. Kunin ko rin ang pagkakataon na to na i-acknowledge ang mga assistants po ng ating DSWD Regional Director Alan. Palakpakan po natin. Nagkakalob din po tayo ng tulong pinansyal, agricultural inputs, and livelihood assistance para sa mabilis na recovery ng mga naslantang mga residente. Maagap din tayo nagsasagawa ng road clearing operations upang agap na may balik ang transportasyon sa tulong ng mga fleet of heavy equipments na pag-aari ng ating pamahalang lungsod. We continuously enhance our capabilities so that we can respond well to the needs of our people. Bumili po tayo ng karagdagang 25 units ng iCare 2 vehicles para mapagbuti ang mobility and response capability ng mga barangays. Meron po tayong mga 91 na trucks na binigay sa lahat ng 91 barangays para sa disaster, and kukompletohin po natin ang 91 na van para sa kanilang pagdala sa mga pasyente dito sa mga hospital sa kapag-response po during kalamidad. Bumili din po tayo ng karagdagang ambulance and rescue truck to increase the capability or capacity of our CDRRM in disaster rescue and response. Bumili rin po tayo ng sarili nating fire truck para sa BFP at mga bagong patrol vehicles para sa ating kapulisan. We enhance the responsiveness of our Public Order and Safety Management Office with the provisions of 11 motor big bikes to increase their efficiency. Ngayon lang pong taong yan. Finally, on the excellence in government and management. Bukod sa mga parangal na ating nabanggit, our city also maintained our ISO 9001-2015 certification for 7 years, embodying our staunch commitment to international management standards in providing high-quality services and enhancing overall efficiency in our LGU operations and processes. Sa 7 magkakasunod na taon din, natanggap natin ang Seal of Good Local Governance, the mother of all awards, na sumasalamin sa ating mahusay at tapat na serbisyo publiko, at Seal of Good Financing Housekeeping sa 4 na evaluation periods na sumasailalim naman sa ating commitment sa fiscal transparency and accountability. Muli din nating nakamit ang pagkilala bilang ASEAN Clean Tourist City sa 2nd pagkakataon. We also rank 15th most competitive LGU out of 1,634 cities under the Cities and Municipalities Competitive Index. We also received the Gawad Kalasag Award Beyond Compliant, indicating that we do not just meet the standards prescribed by the Disaster Preparedness and Response, but surpass the same. Ang CIMC naman ay national finalist para sa Gawad Kalasag Special Recognition for Institutions. Our best practices are also exemplified on many occasions by the DILG and other government agencies, wherein we are being referred as the benchmarking model for other LGUs in the country, especially for our fiscal administration, agriculture, disaster risk reduction and management, public employment services, and the implementation of EBPLS, IBPLS, EBOS, and LGU, among others. And ang ka-award nga lang pong plaque of commendation mula sa ARTA. Thank you so much, Regional Director. Ang inyong abang lingkod ay itinanghal din bilang regional winner at national finalist para sa Gawad Kalasag bilang recognition for individuals. This humble representation is also a back-to-back awardee of the Civil Service Commission for the Pag-asa Award ng Bayan Award and Presidential Lingkod Bayan Award. Higit sa lahat, nais ko pong magpasalamat sa inyong pagkilala dahil ang inyong pong abang lingkod ay itinanghal bilang best performing mayor sa buong Isabela with a satisfaction rating of 94.1 sa isinagawang independent and non-commission survey ng Hypothesis Philippines. Owing to your belief and trust in this administration and 8 top performing city mayor in the Philippines out of 147 city mayors in the country, given by the RPMD in the independent and non-commission performance rating. But more than these recognitions, the actual confirmation of the lives changed to the best barometer of our responsive administration, the quest to become a livable city in 2030. My beloved Ilagueños, this year is a year of opportunities, of reaping what we have sown. Our vat is overflowing and everyone who wants to partake from the fruits of our labor can share from it without limits. Kahit sa panaginip ay hindi ko naisip na darating tayo sa estadong ito, kung saan tayo ay tinanghal at kinilala sa iba't ibang panig ng bansa, maging sa buong mundo. Simple lamang naman ang ating pinangarap at ninais, ang muling maging karapat-dapat at natatangi na naging marka bilang kabisera ng lalawigan. Ang marinig ang ating boses at ibangon ang ating dignidad. Sinimulan natin ang pag-aayos ng ating tahanan, kasabay ang paglilinang sa ating kakayahan. Natutunan nating magmalasakit at isang tabi ang pansarili nating interes para sa kapakanan ng nakakarami at ng ating mahal na Ilagan. Kaya heto tayo ngayon, tinatamasa ang tamis ng ating tagumpay. Isang maalwan na buhay, payapa, sagana, at may kapanatagan na humarap sa kinabukasan. Ang lahat ng ito ay sa inyo at para sa inyo. As we reflect to our journey to becoming a livable city, today's popular phrase, malayo na, pero malayo pa, perfectly encapsulates our current position. We know our journey towards our ultimate goal is still long and arduous. But let us take time to appreciate the strides we have already made. Malayo na tayo ngayon sa dati nating kalagayan na larawan ng kahirapan at kawalan ng pag-asa. We were just an struggling municipality. Tayo ngayon ay sumasailalim sa isang kwento ng pagbangon at pag-unlad na nagsisilbing inspirasyon at pamantayan para sa mga nag-aasam ng isang payapa at maunlad na pamayanan. Higit sa mga bantayog na sama-sama nating naitayo at sa mga natatanging pagkilala na ating natatanggap, ang tunay na nagbibigay sa akin ng kaligayahan ay ang makita kayo sa aking tabi as we marvel at the heights we have reached thus far. God has entrusted me with the responsibility of serving you, and from the little that we have, we were able to multiply 100-folds. We shall remain faithfully serving you. Simula noon hanggang sa ngayon, ipinagkaloob po ninyo sa akin ang inyong sinserong pagmamahal at tiwala. And I am eternally grateful sa mga pagkakataong ako ay napapagod at pinaghihinaan ng loob. Ang mga ngiti at yakap na inyong isinasalubong sa akin, ang inyong mga maiinit na pagtanggap ang inyong nakakatuwang kwento ng pagbabago at pag-unlad ng inyong mga buhay. At mga walang patumangging pasasalamat at papapanumbalik sa akin ng lakas. Kayo ang aking sandigan at inspirasyon. Kayo ang pumupuno ng kaligayahan sa aking puso. I shall pass through this world but once. Any good things, therefore, that I can do to my fellow men, let me do it now, for I may never pass this way again. Walang kasigaruduhan ang buhay, subalit ano't anuman, badit kong sa muntimang paraan, I have touched your lives as you have touched mine. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat, and to God be all the glory.